Welcome back to another Element Fissions video, and in this video we will be showcasing the free-to-play units that the game offers us that we can use as a core team to break into Boxing Club. Now, with that being said, this is a 4 to 7 minute run team, possibly 8 minutes. This isn't a cleave team where you're playing a minute 30, but this will allow you to break into Boxing Club floor 10 and start farming 5-star gear. So, with that being said, let's just start with the fastest unit going down to the slowest unit, and I will also showcase to you guys the intelligence skill sets. So fastest unit is going to be Steel Wings. These are the overall stats. Just compare your stats with mine, and if it's a little bit better, if it's a little bit worse, it's perfectly fine. But most importantly, as long as this guy is going first, following by the others that I'm about to follow up on, and then one thing I do want to note is that the Steel Wing should ideally be close to 75% accuracy. If you have 45, 50, 60, it's not the end of the world. As you get more gear, just start replacing your gear in general to kind of reach that 75% benchmark. That was the comfortable accuracy rate that I felt helped me land more consistent debuffs. Obviously, the more the better, but 75 was my personal hotspot. And then while you're replacing gear for accuracy, make sure you're still surviving on the waves, and most importantly, make sure the speed tuning that he is still going first. So these are the overall stats. In terms of the intelligence, this is the overall intelligence that you should set for your Steel Wing. The second fastest element is going to be your Popo Rider. These are the overall stats for Popo Rider. She is also another unit that you want to try to hit 75% accuracy. Mine's at 83% right now, but honestly, I'll be comfortable with 75%. Same situation as Steel Wing. If you're just breaking in, if you can't reach these numbers yet, it's perfectly fine. Go back one stage or even 2 stages, maybe get some accuracy substats, and then at the same time, while you're adding accuracy, make sure that your Popo Rider is not dying in the waves. Again, these are my stats in general. These are the intelligence sets that you will need to set for Popo Rider. The third fastest is going to be your Occult Dancer. These are the overall stats. Here you do see that she does have 59% accuracy, but honestly, I just threw a bunch of random gear on her. So she can technically have 0% accuracy because she doesn't apply any debuffs. I believe I have a slot 6 accuracy, so that's the reason why she has so much accuracy. But you don't need accuracy in her. Just get similar stats as my Occult Dancer, and you should ideally be fine. And then this is the intelligence skill sets that you will have to set for your team to work similar to mine. The fourth unit that we'll be going is going to be the Ghost Captain. These are the overall stats. For Ghost Captain, if you don't necessarily need 75% accuracy if your Ghost Captain is not 6-star. Once you 6-star him, he does get a damage overturn dot. But if it's not 6-star, I believe you can clear the stage without a 6-star. But mine is 6-star, so I'm just gonna say go ahead and 6-star your Ghost Captain, and so you can get that additional damage overturn on skill 1 because he doesn't come with a damage overturn right when you summon for him. So 6-star him if you can. If not, try running it without him being 6-star. But if you feel like you're struggling a little bit, go ahead and 6-star him. And then if you do 6-star, he will ideally need accuracy close to that 75% range just to effectively land those dots whenever he procs it. And again, these are the overall stats. And then this is the overall skill sets that you will have to set for your Pirate Captain. Last but not least, this is the Turtle Tank. He will be going last, and these are the overall stats here. He doesn't need any accuracy, and then his main role, honestly, I just want to mention is his S3. It basically decreases the cooldown for your overall team by 1 turn, allowing your teammates to proc their skills more often, applying the attack buff, applying the defense buff, dishing out the the debuffs, attack break, defense break, right? Aligning the dots. All that comes into play and whenever he uses S3. It allows your whole team overall to dish out those skills more often. Now, in terms of the intelligence, this is the skill set priority. Copy this. And then that is overall your team. So not too in depth, just copy, compare, and contrast. Do the runs, whether it's 7, 8, 9 first, get some gear as you're going through the stages. If you find that an element is dying, see if you have a gear or two that can give it more HP or defense while maintaining the speed order. And then in terms of the accuracy, make sure your steel wing and your Popo gets prioritized with the accuracy sets if you can. And then if your pirate captain is 6-star, give him some accuracy as well, up to 75%, as that is my personal hotspot. Now, outside of the team, guys, I do want to give some general tips. As you're farming, you will get sets called Inspire sets. These sets will give an ally, so your whole team, other than the element that's wearing it, an 8% increase in attack. So as you farm, as you get these sets, make sure you pay attention and start equipping them onto your elements, allowing this set to support your overall team to give them more attack. More attack equals more damage overall throughout the run. Another thing that I want to mention is that you want to prioritize stats over sets. So for example, if for some reason you have a 4 set piece for Swift that gives you 20 speed, right? But you can break that set to give your Steel Wing more HP, more accuracy, maybe a little bit more defense. Please break that set to give your elements more stats in general. The stats in general would be more beneficial than the sets if the stats give more purpose for that specific element. So keep that in mind as you're kind of replacing gears on your elements, and that should ideally help you a little bit as well. Another thing here is, as you're doing all this, as I mentioned, do not break the turn order. And then also, don't be afraid to max skill, or not max skill, but max enhance your gears. It's really, really cheap to enhance gear at this stage of the game. So this 5-star gear, reinforced, 10 gold isn't going to make or break you. Just max it out. It's so cheap that I really don't care. You get a lot of gold while you're farming experience, while you're clearing scenario, while you're clearing missions, collecting dailies. It's not going to make it or break it. You're not going to become poor in the game. Max out every single rune that you get that you're using on your elements, and I promise you that's going to help your account overall progress a lot further. Versus if you're trying to be efficient with your gold, you're only upgrading what you think is good. Just if it's equipped, max it out, speed tune it, make sure they're tanky. If you're dying to waves, give it more tanky substats, HP and defense. Give it accuracy if they need accuracy, and that should ideally help you out a little bit. Another tip that I want to mention is the dice roll. The reason why I want to mention this tip is because basically we have a system called luck. So the more luck you have, the higher chance you get for additional drops for the gear. So every 100% luck, you get an additional chance to get an additional gear. So let's just say if I ran this dungeon here, I clear it with 100% luck. Because it's at 100 over 100, I have a chance to get 2. From those 2 drops, you get to select 1. So it's basically like a blessing, right? You can either choose option 1 or option 2 if your luck procs. You can get luck by your substats. If not, the luck main stat is going to be your slot 2. So there are luck main stat in the game as well. So we go to slot 2. You can start incorporating luck once you're tanky enough, once your runs are consistent. Then you can start prioritizing luck into your build and allowing you to have a higher chance to get more quantity or quality gear sets. So keep that in mind, but don't prioritize luck until you're tanky enough, until your runs are consistent, then start incorporating luck where you can. Another thing I want to mention here is that if for some reason, let's just say you're at B8 or B9, right? You're at B9 and you're trying to break into B10, but you just need someone's help. There's obviously helpers. You probably have some helpers. If you don't, um, join a guild. Your guild, you're going to be able to use your guild's reps in order to help you clear. A lot of them are going to have this Ninrat that is technically the best 4-star to have for the Boxer, but basically the whole tip here is use the Ninrat, right? Use the Ninrat. That's it. That's what it is. Ninrat. I'm sorry about that. But basically, use a rep to help you clear floor 10. In this case, if you are using it, replace the Popo Rider. That's probably the best unit, the best element to replace. And then, on top of that, apply the dice and then do the floor 10. Hopefully you clear it. You get 10 full gear sets because again, 10 to 13 gear sets because we are at a 1300% luck rate. So this will give you anywhere between 10 to 13 gear sets. That way you can sell and select the gear sets that you need. It's going to allow you to get more gear in general when you're only clearing it at a very low percentage rate, give you a chance to make upgrades to your overall team. So use the dice on floor 10, possibly even floor 9 if you want to. I would say it's worth it if you're struggling to break into 9 and 10. Use it at 9, if not, use it at 10. Give you more gear, put it on your elements to help increase their base stats, to make them tankier, to help them sustain, and then essentially help with the overall run. So definitely time and speed doesn't really play into the equation. It's all about consistency. You have to, if you can clear it in 7 minutes, 100% consistency, then go ahead and do that. All right. So that's all of the tips that I have for you guys with this team in terms of stats, element, how they work, in terms of the skill orders, the intelligence. So if you have any other questions, guys, just let me know. Leave a comment down below, and I'll try to answer you the best to my ability. If you have more questions and you want to be part of my Discord channel, I'll leave it in the description. I do stream on Twitch every day as well at 5 p.m. Central Time for about 3 to 4 hours. Come hang out there. I'll leave that in the description as well. But other than that, guys, that's all I really have for you guys for this B10 guide. Hopefully it helped you. If it did, make sure you leave a like. And if you want to see future content come from me, hit that notification bell and hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys on the next one.